Welcome and welcome back. If you've just found me through an algorithm search, welcome to my growing Tarot Pal family. There are a lot of readings done already for 2022. Your love, your career, the major events. You will find all the relevant links in the description box below. Thank you again if you've been a continued supporter of the Tarot Pal family. Thank you for your subscription, your likes, and your wonderful comments. It genuinely means the world to me. I'm really sorry if my energy goes highs and low today, guys. Kinda sorted down with the COVID symptoms. I have a sore throat, too much body ache, but I really love to do readings and I didn't want to miss out on our second reading of the week today, okay? So please bear with me, okay? What are we doing today is that there is a Mercury retrograde as we speak, that we are in it right now. There's also a Venus retrograde. Now, I've tried to keep this timeless, which means no matter whether it's for this particular Mercury retrograde transit or for any other Mercury retrograde that you come across this reading at, the question that we're asking here, and of course, tarot is fluid and tarot is the current energy. Whenever you come across this, if it is currently a Mercury retrograde, this reading will have some insights for you. You have two different tarot decks to pick from, or rather two different kings to pick from. Alternatively, there's also an object placed for you. We're looking at what is the blessing, because Mercury retrograde does bring its own kinds of blessing. It's the transit where we are asked to reevaluate, recheck, review, right? At the same time, what kind of blockages can you expect? What kind of obstacles can you expect showing up during this transit for yourself, okay? If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can send me an email or you can DM me on my Instagram account. You will find, again, the email address, the Instagram link in the description box below, okay? I have specifically not chosen the same king, but two different kings. We have, first of all, the King of Swords for option 1 from the Everyday Witch Tarot with the black tourmaline crystal here, okay? That's your option 1. And option 2 is King of Cups from the Rider-Waite's tarot deck with an evil eye charm for you. You can pause the video, take your time, and I will see you in your reading. Hello and welcome to those of you who picked the Everyday Witch Tarot with the King of Swords. What can you expect during the Mercury retrograde? What is the obstacle that we would be looking for, that we can probably face? And what kind of blessings? What do we need to review together? Let us look at the tarot energies first. I'm going to keep this short and crisp. The idea is to get you a pretty cohesive answer as to what can you expect as a blessing to show up from this transit. And let us give it one more shuffle. I'm sorry if you hear my dog bark or whine in the background. Cannot make him stop. And one more shuffle, please. I want to first look at what is it that you need to review, rethink, reconsider during this transit. What are we reconsidering during this transit of Mercury retrograde? Okay, I have the Ace of Pentacles, brilliant. And I want to look at what is it that you can perhaps face an obstacle around. Okay, we have the Emperor reversed. Oops, should have said that at the beginning. For this reading, I am taking reversals, of course, for this part of obstacles, okay? I want to give it one more shuffle and ask, what is the outcome or the blessing that comes out of this? A simple spread today. What is the blessing that will come out of this transit? I want to go with this. Wow, the Magician. Let's start talking before we get into your oracles. The underlying energy here is the Seven of Pentacles. Pretty clear and a direct message for those of you who picked the Everyday Witch Tarot. What are you being asked to review, reevaluate, reconsider, or relook at? Okay, when I say all of these things, I'm not saying don't do them. All I'm saying is make sure that you've checked the finer details, you've read in between the lines, you've considered all the pros and cons, okay? Some of you have recently got or will be getting during this transit an opportunity to grow your business, an opportunity to bring in more abundance into your life, an opportunity for a promotion. Maybe some of you are going through, appraisal discussion. Some of you are going to be offered something which brings in more prosperity into your life. Some of you are planning a startup of any kind. This could be a digital platform. This could be you trying to set up a shop. There's some sort of a new beginning. This is the minor arcana's sun. There's a new beginning, and probably around finance, career, and your professional life, where there's a new beginning and an offer coming your way. It is a wonderful offer, no doubt. But what you need to reconsider, sometimes we do not want a promotion because we have something going on in our personal life. Sometimes we do not want a promotion because that's not the role we are looking for. Sometimes we may not want to sign up for a higher salary because we know that we are at this stage wherein I want to focus more on my education and my other side hustle. So taking up a higher salary will require me to give in more hours at work. You will know how that plays out for you. But make sure that you've reconsidered all the angles, all the finer details before you give a thumbs up or a yes to a particular prospect that shows up. And there will be a prospect, a wonderful prospect that shows up. All you would need is a little bit of a tweaking around how you want to go about it, okay? For very few of you, this could even be a love proposal, a stable, solid, new romantic offer coming your way. But you're being told, again, Mercury retrograde is not a time when you make decisions. And with Venus being retrograde while I shoot this, all the more reason not a time to make definitive decisions around these aspects, right? So maybe you want to consider them, you want to give it a shot. Don't just rub the person off or just say that, I just don't want it. Hold on before this transit moves on, because there will be something good. That's for sure. There's something good in this concept, in this idea, in this relationship that you're trying to grow. That seed has been sown, that offer has been made. How it grows and how it blooms, what will it demand while it grows into a whole-blown tree? That is something you need to rethink and reconsider and be very aware of. Make a more conscious decision, make a more informed decision. What is it that we can expect as an obstacle to show up during this transit? Oh my God, authority figures, lack of discipline, lack of structure, other people trying to tell you how to run your life. These are the kind of challenges I can see coming your way. And they will come in and give you that piece of unsolicited advice head on, okay? This could be a boss, this could be a father figure, this could be sometimes in some cases even government authorities trying to run your life in a way that they think is better for you, not letting you make your decisions. At the same time, your lack of focus, your lack of discipline, your lack of structure may be harming your own prospects itself, right? So very important during this phase, number one, of course, keep a routine, keep a structure, no matter how hard it seems to stick to, no matter how many times you fail getting to that yoga mat. It's okay if you skipped it for a day. It doesn't mean that you can't start it on a Tuesday or a Thursday. Nobody said a workout regime or a diet plan has to start from a Monday or a Sunday. You can start it in the middle of the week, right? So don't allow these one-off days that you get off the wagon to make you feel like, I'm not ready for this is just not working for me, and we just never do it anymore, right? Be mindful of getting too head-on with authority figures, because things may not go your way. You might get into a literal conflict with an Aries. That's a very likely possibility. See if there's somebody in your life who has a very strong Aries placement. It does not have to be the Aries sun all the time, right? With the underlying energy being Seven of Pentacles, clearly the message also is to have that patience for this Ace of Pentacles to grow. Whatever you're planning to happen, the reason you're being asked to reconsider is, let's say you think that your return of investment or the relationship will get to an XYZ stage by these many months. Perhaps the timeline that you're considering for this to grow is much lesser, and universe will demand more patience from you. Are you ready to give in those many number of hours? Are you ready to give in that much time to this? If it's an educational program that you're considering, because some of you may be considering signing up for a new educational upgrade in this year 2022, which is a fantastic idea. There's nothing wrong with the idea. You just have to be aware what it is going to be demanding out of you before you sign up for it, okay? What is the blessing that is coming out? Oh my God, this is the Magician. You are a powerful creator of your reality. The blessing here for, first of all, those of you who are in any profession related to communication, wherein your speech affects a lot as to how your work day goes, how much success you gain, you can expect massive success by the time Mercury goes direct. For many of you who are students, you can expect a very, very strong mentor or a strong group of friends who come in and, you have that study group, and you kind of bring in all your resources and all the support systems together and gain some sort of a massive success, okay? This also confirms that there could be a Gemini, if you're trying to manifest a Gemini, or there is a Gemini in your life who's a significant person to you. They might come up to you with an offer as well. With the Magician showing up, this always, remember guys, talks about alchemy. You can take the energy that you're sitting in. Do not get frustrated. Do not get impatient. Consider every step, and then gradually, instead of trying to make Rome wasn't built in a day. That is the message that I want to give you guys, okay? You need to have patience with your skill. You need to have patience and you need to have the faith, because the blessing that is coming your way is whatever upgrade that you're looking for with this Ace of Pentacles, whether it's financial upgrade, it's educational upgrade, or an upgrade in a relationship status, you can manifest it. You can make it happen. You just have to be more patient and more realistic with yourself, okay? How you communicate your desires are going to play a tremendously important role when it comes to how this all rolls out for you, okay? I'm going to look at any final messages from Tarot that Spirit wants to give us about this transit before we move on to your Knight of Swords reverse. This again tells me be very, very mindful of, big talkers who are going nowhere. This is why be careful of, oversharing your ideas, over-telling people. Be careful what you wish for is again another message with the Nine of Cups reversed. Somewhere during this transit, you're being asked to be very, very mindful of how you say what you say. Of course, that's what typically Mercury retrograde. Communication gaps do happen, right? So be very, very mindful of how are you asking for what you desire, because what you desire can truly, truly happen. Okay, what you're asking for, be careful what you wish for. It might just come true. That is the message I want to give you guys from Spirit, okay? Some of you who have been having throat issues or throat chakra issues, I think that is definitely getting healed by the end of this transit, okay? If you're facing sore throat or you have a cough or something like that, that is going away by the time Mercury goes direct. I'm going to take one last card with the Hierophant. Prayers. Connect to your spirit guides, speak to them. With the Magician and the Hierophant there. For some of you, if you're trying to manifest, wow, the underlying energy here was High Priestess. Some of you are trying to manifest a marriage proposal or some sort of a stable relationship. For those of you who are trying to, on that path, prayers and pilgrimage will play a significant role in your success, okay? So perhaps if you can, depending upon where you're located, if you could visit a temple or any place of peace primarily, okay, which will bring you some clarity, some answers as to what are you manifesting. I'm going to move on to any additional oracle guidances that we can get for this transit for you. Blessings and obstacles, what can we expect? Let's take one card from the Light Oracle deck. And Mirror. People will trigger you. Like I said, there is an Aries personality, or Aries kind of a personality. Again, I'm not saying that zodiac sign has to be Aries, who are very confrontational, very dominating. These people will try to trigger you because they will tell you they know better than you do. If you do get angered by someone or something, remember there's something in you, right? If you're somebody who's very easily troubled when people try to control you, maybe you come from a controlling family, and every time people try to control you, it just brings out that inner child wound, which isn't healed, right? Sometimes things don't need a large, massive showdown reaction that other people think. The message here is whatever angers you, whatever angers you, that's Mercury retrograde at play. Whatever angers you is trying to show you what still needs healing. People who will make you upset, people who will try to control your life are trying to tell you where you feel a lack of control, or where you feel that if you don't fight, if you don't push back, if you don't get aggressive around them, you're not going to get your way. You're an adult now, hopefully. This reading is for adults after all. And keep your emotions under check. Okay, people will try to trigger you through your emotional road. Be very, very mindful of how you express your emotions. I think there's a lot of blessing coming for you clearly with that Ace of Pentacles showing up as the blessing cards. You're going to get some abundance. But, one second. Whoops, sorry, dropped a card. Okay. But what is very, very important is for you to not lose your temper, not get triggered, not start mirroring other people's, don't project your traumas on others, and be mindful when others are projecting their traumas on you. I'm going to look at a self-care card and wrap this up with a postcard message for you. If this reading so far has resonated, I want you to leave me a flower emoji, give it a like, hit subscribe. You know these things definitely mean the world to me, okay? I hope you've already hit the like button though. All right, let's see, what self-care do you need? We have quite a few cards here, so I'm just going to take 2, okay? 2 is a fair number. Let's look at this one that wants to fall, and this one, okay. Let's see, how do you take care of yourself? Wow, alone time, perhaps the best thing. Do you see the 2 and the 22? This Mercury retrograde, if you're watching this, while I shoot this, is going to be in the month of February, and we do have the month 2. 2022 is again an important number. There could be some of you who are moon ruled, so work with the moon phases. The moon, full moon, and the other moon phases might have an impact on your sleep cycle. They might also have an impact on your hormone cycle, and they might also have an impact on, of course, how you're emotionally triggered. So being around water, if you see how much water is there in this card, stay hydrated. Spend some time alone. Maintain a dream journal, because some of you are going to get prophetic dreams about how to go about life, how to go about this new proposal that you're getting. Keeping your emotions under check is the repeated message that has come out for you. Stay grounded, stay practical. You did pick the King of Swords after all, which is all about being analytical, being sharp, and being practical. I hope this reading has helped you so far. We are going to wrap this up with a postcard from Spirit, and let's see what shows up for you, okay? That is out. You are in such good shape right now that we are all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice, to get with Spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder, where is this all going? But if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? This again brings me back to that Hierophant energy. You perhaps need to take out time, bring in a disciplined structure around your spiritual practices. How much time do you take out to speak to God, whatever God means for you? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness and love enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. What a wonderful message for you. I wish you guys a wonderful, peaceful transit. Keep your emotions under check and things look wonderful for this pile. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to those of you who picked the King of Cups. If you haven't yet hit the like button, now is a good time. And if you haven't yet subscribed and you're a returning viewer of my channel, what are you waiting for? Let us look at what is the energy that we are playing with. Wow, we turned the Fool card, of course. First thing I'm going to look at is what is the blessing. This is going to be a pretty short and crisp reading, unlike our usual long ones. We are going to look at what is it that you need to review, re-look at, and what becomes that blessing in itself, right? Because reviewing and re-looking will give you answers and hence turn into blessings. What kind of obstacles can we expect to show up during this Mercury transit? And what is the final outcome? What is the blessing coming out of all of this, okay? I will be taking reversals for this part of this reading, and we will then look at some additional tarot and oracle guidance. Let us look at it. Okay, some of you, I don't know why that message is coming in, but you know if that resonates for you. You're perhaps feeling very emotionally drained and down. As if you don't have that emotional motivation to go after your dreams and desires. You're not feeling very connected to your higher self in the sense of, why do I even care? That's the energy that you're in right now, perhaps. All right, let's look at what is it that you need to review or re-look at or reassess. And it's the blessing that comes out of it, okay? We have two cards out for you. I'm going to take both of them. Wow, the Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry, the Nine of Pentacles. We're going to keep this on this side of the reading. I hope you guys can see the cards, okay? Sorry. Yep, perfect. And what is it that we can expect as an obstacle? Beautiful energy here. Okay, what is it that we can expect as a repeated obstacle or an annoying thing happening to you during this Mercury retrograde, okay? The World. And what is the final blessing that comes out after this transit? Okay. Let us get into this right away. The underlying energy is the Six of Wands. All right. A slightly similar message to pile one, but yet not. Let's start with the first message. Some of you are perhaps, let's get with health, okay? Relook at your diet plans, there could be some of you who are perhaps allergic to something and it's causing you certain allergic reactions and you're not able to notice it right now, okay? That's the first message I want to give you guys, okay? The other thing that so your eating habits, what are you eating? That's what you need to reevaluate and rethink. Maybe some of your hormonal issues or some of your acne issues or something related to your physical body which currently concerns you is happening because of what you're eating. So maybe you want to relook at what you're eating, and that will be the answer to a lot of your questions, okay? Or the traumas that you're going through physically, for sure. Some of you are trying to run you've either inherited this or it's just something that you've newly picked up. You want to do everything on your own and you do not want to take help from others. I want you to relook and ask yourself, where all would you be doing better in life if you had a support system, if you could get into a partnership, if you could delegate to your subordinates? Is there something that you perhaps can do away with, but you're not still delegating it or not asking for help because either you're too hyper self-sufficient, you don't want to ask for help, you think you can do it all alone, or you just don't trust others to do the job well enough. This transit will demand you to relook at how can you delegate, how can you make space for more things coming your way. Because if you're not ready to delegate, if you're not ready to give away the tasks that do not need your time and your bandwidth, then you're just going to be you don't have space to attract more abundance, right? Very, very important for you to relook and reevaluate. How can you ask for help? Where is help available? What can I delegate and do away with? This is a sort of energy of a minimalism as well coming in. Is there too much clutter around me? Do I need all these things that I'm holding on to, or can I do away or give away some of these things, okay? There's a balance which is needed, and for most of you, you're extremely in that divine masculine energy when you're chasing what you want, you're a hard worker, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing, but know how to receive, know how to ask for help, know how to be nurtured by others, because you do deserve the nurturing and the support, okay? You do have a lot of ancestral support here, by the way. If there's a property transaction that you're going through, maybe you want to relook at the finer figures. If there's something that you're inheriting from a grandparent or something like that, you may want to see if you're ready to take up that accountability and that responsibility of maintaining that property or maintaining that work, right? Moving on to the kind of obstacles that you can expect during this transit, okay? If you have any travel plans, I'm sorry to break this to you, things may not go the way you want it to go. If there's a project that you're hoping to complete within the deadline may extend, things may fall off the last minute, and I'm not trying to scare you off here, of course. I'm trying to give you an insight into what is possible and probable. Remember, tarot is just current energy. Even though you will face this obstacle around this completion of this project, this task, this event, some of you it could even be an event, a wedding event, a seminar, or something that you're trying to attend, do not get too hyper fixated on the finer details. Flow and allow that flexibility within you, because I think some of you have this, from this side and this side, it's a very earthy fixed energy, okay? You like to do things in a certain way. There's always a structure, there's always a step-by-step plan, and there's a certain amount of control freak energy coming out, which brings me to this blessing. The blessing here is you will learn and you'll be humbled. And I know this does not sound like a blessing when you first time hear it, but you'll be humbled to understand the universe is bigger than you. Right? The transits and the stars, and you're not doing this alone. You cannot run every piece of this story on your own, and you will need support. You learn to be flexible. And why is that a blessing? Because if have you heard that the tree that stands at a storm will break, but the tree that bends does not break, right? So you're going to become more fluid. You're going to become more flexible. You're also going to be somebody who's be able to charm other people with that. Maybe some of you are very good hard workers, you can tick all the boxes, but there's a lack of charm, there's a lack of charisma, there's a lack of finesse when it comes to how you express your desires, your emotions, and that is changing with this transit. Travel plans will get hampered, like I said. So keep a backup plan for anything wherein you feel that traveling is going to be super, super critical for you. Okay. Some of you, as a blessing out of this transit, will also connect better to the younger parts of yourself and younger people in your workplace, your personal life, brothers, sisters. There's a more fun energy coming towards you once this transit moves on, because there's a stiffness which I see you guys are moving away from. I want to get some final messages from Spirit on Tarot before we move on to your Oracle messages. If this has helped you so far, do not forget to hit the like button, and I hope you've already hit the subscribe button on the bottom right hand side corner of the screen. Okay, I'm going to take these two cards. Again, 10 of Cups reversed and the 5 of Swords upright. I'm going to take one more card here. Okay. Yep, talks about again that collaborative energy. Are you somebody who likes to be my way or the highway kind of people? Are you winning battles for the sake of it? When there's no peace at home, what is the point of you winning something? What is the point of you proving a point to your partner if it just brings in more disharmony, right? You're going to learn through this transit. That is the lesson and that is the blessing in itself. Every battle does not have to be won. Every time you don't need to prove that you're the right person, that you said the right thing, that you know it all. I'm sorry if that seems like a little tough love to you. That is not the intention. The intention is to help you see through tarot what can you expect coming in, right? So I'm just doing my job here. Don't shoot the messenger. You're going to become more collaborative. Of course, any of you planning for a scholarship, if you're trying for any kind of a mentorship to be received, I think that is definitely a big thumbs up by the time the transit gets over. You are going to get that collaborative energy. You have certain strengths, no doubt. You need to learn how to be a better team player and engage more, network more, and know which battles are really not worth winning. Also, through this transit, you will gain that insight. Every word will not need a reaction. Some people will just say things to trigger you, to get a reaction from you, to make you overthink. You need to know what does not require you breaking your head over, right? I'm going to move over to your oracle cards now, and let's see what additional messages or guidance can come up for you. Wow, like I said, very, very fixated on the details. It's good to know where you're going, but don't get so hyper-focused on the details that you're losing out on the big picture. Okay, don't lose out on the big picture. Don't lose out on the why you started to do what you're doing, because then what's the point, right? It's good to have the details handy. It's good to have a backup plan for every detail, which is what your strength is, perhaps. Some of you, just to give some zodiacs, there's, of course, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and yeah, I said Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn already, right? Those are some strong zodiac signs. It's good to know the details of everything. Just don't get too fixated on it. That is the repeated message coming for you. Don't dim to fit in. With that Aquarius energy and details coming into play, like I said, people will trigger you because they know that you're an overthinker. Some of you are massive overthinkers. If somebody just passes your work and says, I would have used pink if, instead of black, if I was you, you're the kind of person who's going to start re-looking at the entire project and ask yourself, really, would this look better with pink? But ask yourself, if that is what your self-expression, if that's what your expression is, do you really need to consider that minute detail of if somebody else thinks pink would look better than blue? You know what I mean, right? People who just get very easily triggered, do not allow your self-expression to be dimmed because you're trying to do something unique. Some of you are trying to build something unique that the world has never seen. Hence, don't go by the opinions of those who have never really seen what you're trying to create, right? Be collaborative, but know when not to allow others to make you anxious, okay? Stay away from anxiety, of course. And I strongly feel this pile needs to work with lavender, chamomile. Keep a black tourmaline around you if you are somebody who gets anxious too easy. Maybe the clear quartz stone, of course, during the Mercury transit will also, tremendously help you cut through that fog. Let's look at some self-care cards and we'll wrap this up with a postcard message for you. Okay, soak in a bath, 46, the number 10. The next month's 10th could be a relevant date for you. Of course, 4 and 6 as well. Soak in a bath always talks about giving yourself that much due aromatherapy, that self-care. Evil eye is the stone that you've, of course, picked. Be mindful that you do take at least once a week a salt bath. Do away with the negative debris that you pick up from other people because this pile clearly has that anxious energy soul for me here. Okay, one more card. Clean your space. I think you guys perhaps are also, because you're very focused on details, it brings you a sense of peace. It makes you feel a sense of control when you're living in a clean atmosphere. Maybe that's the kind of self-care you need to get your anxious mind in place. Okay, I hope this reading has helped you in some manner, and if it did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave me an evil eye emoji if you've reached this part of the reading. I'm going to wrap this up with a postcard message for you guys. I hope this definitely brings in some clarity and a wonderful transit for you guys. Okay, let's look at this. This is what I want to go with, and let's read this out. Sometimes you feel like no one understands you, you're not heard, or even that you don't count in. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who you love you know better. You're never alone. And even when rejection happens, you're ultimately being protected. For better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you're a unique spark of the divine, and always connected to the light and to the source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read this wonderful message for you guys. Again, I hope you guys watch the 2022 readings, which are in the description box below. Thank you again for your time and your faith. Wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful Mercury retrograde transit. Take care. Bye-bye.